Education in Ayurveda is something that's changed a great deal in the recent past. I wanted to speak about that a bit. Originally, Ayurveda was in the home, and if you wanted to become a Vaiga or someone who is competent and mastered in Ayurveda, then you went and lived with the Vaiga, the teacher, and then you learned Ayurveda that way. And then it eventually came into the formal schooling system in India. And the pattern then became, this is in the latter half of the 20th century, that you became a medical doctor, a Western medical doctor, and then you studied Ayurveda. And so this is what we have in many cases, most cases these days. So this is a very different approach from when Ayurveda was in the home. And the thinking can often be different. Ayurveda is a holistic science, and Western medicine is not. And so there's a very different approach. And so today, then, in the other parts of the world outside of India, many of the schools are quite academic in nature and are presenting it in this, I'll say, linear fashion. So instead of looking at the whole being and approaching it from that standpoint, the approach is more about fixing symptoms or addressing the disease. And so one of the things that we do at Pule then is that we've stayed with the holistic approach. So of course we understand there may be a disease present, there's some kind of disorder, or there are symptoms and that, but then we go immediately to that root cause and work through what needs to happen. And so there's a difference, and there's a place for that academic approach. There's a great deal of Sanskrit and history that's important that it comes forward, but it's quite different than when you're actually sitting down with someone to educate them, to counsel them on what they need to do to make their life better, to be able to heal the problems that they have. So it's two different approaches. There can be a place for both of them. But I think it's important to understand then what kind of education you're looking at. So when you look at, again, many of especially the larger organizations, then you'll get a lot of information, but not necessarily good training and experience in how to apply it. And then when we take a look at educational approaches as Pule uses, then we're able to educate you and guide you and give you the experience that you need to be able to counsel people to make changes. Because making changes is very difficult for some people these days. But there are ways that we can present things to people and have them experience that and learn to experience their the changes they make and the results they get, and then to empower them to see how they can do more for themselves. And all of this, when we talk about the holistic approach, is to bring the responsibility back to the individual, which of course is empowering. And that has us be a healthier community and a healthier society in general. So I hope that's helpful in just understanding how there are differences in the education process in Ayurveda. And there are places for all of it, but choosing what's best for you is important. And we want to help you do that.